So if you can introduce yourself briefly.
Yeah, I'm Simone Aebersold from Switzerland, and I live in a small town near Bern.
Ah, that's nice. Hello, Simona. It's nice to have you here. We are very glad that you managed to have a bit of time for us. And as I know that you are on training camp, the first question will be quite easy. So how is the today's training? How was it?
Yeah, we did the middle distance qualification in the morning in Slovakia. The beginning was really bad, so I already lost about 3 minutes on the first three controls, but then it got better and better. So I'm really happy with the end of the course. But I have to do better in the final this afternoon, definitely.
Yeah, so finals is still ahead of you.
Exactly.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
You have been on training camps in Czech Republic quite often, I believe. And how do you like the Czech terrains? What was your impression of sandstone and technical steep downhills in case of medal, as you just said? Is it very different from the terrain you are used to run in?
Yeah, it's really different. And that's also the reason why I spent that much time here in Czech Republic. The middle terrain is maybe a bit more similar to Swiss terrain or the terrain that we're used to run in. But the long distance is completely different with those route choices around the valleys, through the valleys. So, yeah, I need to prepare some route choices for the WOC terrains and study the maps a lot still to get ready for it.
And do you feel prepared?
Yeah, it's getting better and better.
That's great.
I noticed that it got much better already from the first camp last October to the second camp in December. So I know that I need the experience and to gain even more experience right now on our WOC camp. To be fast at WOC.
Yeah, that's the most important, right? To be fast and precise.
Exactly.
This will be, if I'm not mistaken, this will be your second World Championship in senior category. What are your expectations?
Yeah, that's true.
Or your dreams?
Of course, it's hard to say what I expect, result side, because it's been that long time since I ran the last forest races against the best runners in the world. So I just focus on my own orienteering, and I want to be happy with my own performances. But of course, I dream for a medal.
Yeah. So in case we should point out like one discipline which you are particularly interested in, that would be medal. Was it?
Yeah, it's hard to say. It's like all individual disciplines. I'm aiming for a medal, or that my wish would be to win a medal. But I guess the biggest wish being the forest discipline, of course, as there was already WOC in spring, where I could show my potential and good performances. So I also want to do well in the forest now.
Yeah, that's nice. Then I have a bit like long-term question. Like, who brought you to orienteering? Like, what was your first orienteering experience? How did you get there?
Yeah, I'm coming from as usual orienteering family in Switzerland. My father was the one who started with orienteering and took my mom with him. So it was quite clear that the children also will do orienteering, or at least try it. And both of us, my brother and me, we're still doing orienteering and are on the national team. So
yeah, I know. That must be.
Yeah.
Your parents must be proud of you. It was my parents.
Exactly. Now we already did children orienteering when we were about maybe 5 years old or already younger. So
Wow.
Pretty nice to start like that.
Nice. And apart from orienteering, how is your university studying?
Yeah, at the moment I'm not really studying anymore. I would be studying, or I should, but I did sports military during winter, so it was kind of difficult to do something besides that because we trained a lot, and we had in the beginning lots of program from military.
Yeah, so, I've read about that. That there was some news that you spent about 18 weeks of, let's say, training in army, military.
Yeah, training. In a sports place. It was kind of a village for athletes. And in Switzerland, you can join the army for training. For us women, it's quite nice to do it like that, and especially for the men, as they have to do mandatory military in Switzerland, and so they can skip that one and take advantage of sports military.
And does it mean that during those 18 weeks you lived somewhere in the mountains, and then you were training there, or how can I?
Yeah, it was actually quite close to my home. It's some hill in Switzerland's Mittelland. So yeah, it's almost in the mountains, but not really in the mountains. And it's a place where lots of athletes train. For example, gymnastics, they always train there, and they always they had always lived there as well. So
and how, like, what was the schedule there like? Like, was it completely like full of trainings and specific activities? Or?
No, it was like the first 3 weeks we had some military stuff, like in those military clothes, and had to learn how it works, but only in the morning, and the afternoon was free for training. Then we had some teachers or sports teachers education for 2 weeks, where we learned how to teach different sports to children. And after that, a couple of lectures about our career or sports food, nutrition, everything like that. And after the first 8 weeks, we were totally free what to do. We could also go to training camps and train as much as possible and as high quality as possible.
And how about the atmosphere there? Was it more like friendly or more competitive there? Because
no, it was really good atmosphere, and I also liked it to talk to other athletes from other sports and learn a bit about their training and compare what we do, what they do. And yeah, because of Corona, it was a bit hard to train together, because usually you also get opportunities to train with triathletes, for example, or athletics athletes. So that was a bit of a pity that we couldn't do that. But apart from that, it was really cool to get that exchange between the athletes.
Wow, that's interesting. Thanks for sharing us. Just some idea crossed my mind. Like, if there is any guru, or let's say someone who inspires you. Like, it doesn't have to be like the orienteer, or is there anyone like who?
Yeah, of course. There's many orienteers. Maybe, for example, Simone Aebersold. She still inspires me, and I think she's a great athlete to look up to and learn from her.
Wow, that's nice to hear. Then stop me if this gets too personal, but I'm wondering, how is it feels like to have a boyfriend from elite orienteering community?
Yeah, it's great to share our experiences together, and to go to training camps, of course. And I'm also really happy to get him back for a pre-camp before WOC.
Yeah.
I was already afraid that I have to stay alone, but yeah, luckily he comes back, and that's a great way to do some almost holidays. It's not really holidays, but for me it's like holidays.
It's nice to hear. Okay, and one more question: if you could choose one destination, where would you like to do orienteering? Like right now, anywhere. Where would you go?
Yeah, right now it would be definitely Czech Republic.
Nice.
As I have to gain still more experience for WOC, and I really like the terrain here. Yeah, also this morning I had to say again that the middle distance terrain is just really nice and cool to run in.
That's great.